Hello, and welcome to another screencast. Today we will be talking about American involvement in World War II. Prior to World War II, America practiced the policy of isolationism. Isolationism is a policy of remaining apart from the affairs or interests of other groups, especially the political affairs of other countries. After the amount of deaths that occurred due to World War I, America became incredibly wary about jumping headfirst into any other wars, particularly when World War I didn't actually bring about a lot of change. America wasn't completely isolationist, however. They did participate in several international relations during this time, particularly involving our neighbors to the south. When America said it was practicing isolationism, what it really meant was it was isolating itself off from the trouble in Europe. As the war in Europe began to pick up speed, America started inching its way toward getting involved. Prior to Pearl Harbor, America only engaged in the war in Europe through monetary means. For example, Congress allowed cash-and-carry arms sales to Great Britain, which meant that the British bought weapons from the U.S. using cash, not loans or IOUs, and had to carry them over to Britain themselves. The U.S. also adopted a standing army, which was very significant because there had never been a standing army in a time of peace before in American history. The government, particularly President FDR, made it very clear that America stood with the Allies. They did this by not only giving a plethora of weapons to Britain and Russia, but by ending all trade to Japan and Germany. December 7, 1941, marked the turning point for American involvement in World War II. On that morning, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, a naval base in Hawaii. More than 2,000 American servicemen were killed, and a great percentage of military equipment was destroyed. This was the final push that launched America into World War II. Following that event, FDR asked Congress for a declaration of war, and it was granted 471 to 1. The next day, Germany declared war on the United States, and the war officially began for our country. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast, and I hope to see you tomorrow in class.